Hello everyone and welcome to this new video. Today I'm going to do a presentation of my Minecraft plugin, which is Ascecia Currencies. First, what is Ascecia Currencies? Well, Ascecia Currencies is an economy plugin in which you can create multiple currencies and thus have multiple local economies that are centered around one same basic unit of power, so that you can have currencies that are more powerful than others in your server, basically. So you're probably asking yourself, how do you get started after you install it on your server? By the way, the link is in the description. So your first you want to do is basically creating a currency. So to create a currency, all you need to do is do /currencies or /c if you want to go faster, create, and then you put your name. Let's go with best, because it's the best. Now let's say you did a spelling mistake when you made your currency, so like you did /c create, and then you, instead of putting best, you put best with an e, and you want to change that. Basically, all you have to do is to /c rename the old currency, which is best, and then rename it. So I can change it to like all best, for example, or actually I want to rename it to something else, best 2. Alright, now after you made your currency, you gotta be able to share it with people, and you gotta have an amount of currency in the market so you can, like, you know, pay people and they can pay you back, etc. So to do that, all you have to do is mint currency. How do we mint currency, you might ask? Just do /c mint, then you put the name of the currency and then the amount. So in my case, I want to do 99. Alright, so since the basic default amount of currency is 1 normally, this means that there's 100 currency available now. So after you did this, you want your currency to have value, because what's the point in exchanging currency if it's basically as valuable as air? So how do you do that? I hear you ask. You just deposit ores or materials in your currency. You can mess with them in the config.yml file. It's pretty easy. I don't think I need to explain it here. You can also change the material prices by doing /c config or, and then checking every single thing that's present and setting its price. You can also set a new item and set a new price, for example. I won't do that here right now. Anyways, so you just do /c deposit or depot if you're lazy like me, and you put the name of your currency, hold a material that's going to be useful. For example, like I have 10 netherite ingots. This is absolutely not realistic, but anyways, so I have 10 netherite ingots, which is equivalent to 1000 units or 1000 iron ingots. And as you can see, it said I deposited 1000 iron worth of ores in my currency. Now you're probably telling me, I want to check how much money I own. So to do that, you basically need to do /currency wall or /currency wallet. And now you can see how much of each currency you own. And as you can see, I own 100 of the currency best 2. Now you're probably also asking me, how do I check how many people have the currency, or how do I check, which are the richest people with my currency or someone else's currency? Well, basically what you do is /c top, all or one. You can do all, it's going to show you all currencies. Well, there's just one here. Or you can do /c top 1 and choose the currency, and it's telling you how much rich people are. It only goes up to 5, so if you want to be in the leaderboard, you gotta work. Anyways, now you're probably telling me, I want to see a list of every single currency in the market. You just do /currencies list. That's pretty easy. I mean, here. And now you can see a little more information about it. So there's our currency, the best 2. There's its power, which is 10. And there is economic activity, which is 1.0. We'll get to that later when we'll talk about currency info. Now in my plugin there's a system of teams. You can just do /c team, and to check how many members are in there and what their names, you just do /team list and the name of the currency. So now, as you can see, there's the team for my currency and there's just me, because it's a test server. What do you expect? Anyways, then you can check the permissions of a certain member of the team by doing /team permissions and the name. As you can see, there are 4 permissions: minting, depositing, renaming, and description. You can set each one to true or false, however you like. How do you do that? /c team set. Then you put the player, the name of the currency, the permission, which is either mint, description, rename, or deposit, and then you set to true or false. That's pretty easy, I think. Then what you can also do is leave your team if you're not the author, because if you're the author you can't leave, and you can kick someone out of your team if you don't like it, but you can't kick yourself, obviously. And finally, you can also join a team's currency, except you can't join because you're in a team yourself, especially if you're the author of your currency. Then you can also invite a player. Let me invite someone, RGN3. I'll go with that account later on in the video, don't worry about it. And then alright, and now you're probably asking me, what's that description thing about? I'm glad you asked, because you can set the description of your currency. And how do you set it? You do /c description, and then you put the description: the best in the West. Alright, now you're probably asking yourself, now that I've all said these things, I want to see information about my currency, especially the description. So to do that, it's pretty easy. Just do /c info and then the name of the currency. And as you can see, we have the amount of currency available in the market, which is 100, the description, which is the best in the West. Then we have the pair of the currency, which is 10, the total value of the currency, which is 1000, as we saw back when you deposited it. Then you have the author, which is me, and then you have the economic activity and the number of users. So the economic activity of your currency can vary, and usually what it does is it gets lower over time. And if you want to know the rate, per 8 hours, sorry. So in a month, in real life days, it's gone. But you can do stuff to counter that decrease, such as doing transactions between people. And how do you do that, you ask? Well, we're gonna use /cpay. Let me just get on with my alt account real quick. Alright guys, so my alt account joined the server. So now what we can do is /currencies pay, now the player, which is RGN3 in that case, and then we can pay him in the currency, and I'm gonna pay him, for example, 25, and as you can see, it says that I've successfully transferred 25 best 2 to RGN3, and I'm gonna give myself my main 2, and there we go. As you can see, I received 2 best 2 from RGN there. Alright, now what I can also tell you is I can invite myself, so /c team invite, where is it? Alright, RGN3. Just a little disclaimer, in the video I was going to invite myself and join my own team, but at the time when I was recording the video, the feature did not work. There was a bug, but now it's fixed. So if you go and download the plugin, don't worry, you can join teams, etc. So yeah, that was it. Let's say I want to convert like some amount of my currency back into ores. Well, what I'm gonna do is /c withdraw, then the currency name, and then I withdraw, well, whatever. So I'm gonna withdraw, for example, 2, and as you can see, it's giving me netherite scrap, which in the config is valued at 20 iron, which since the power of the currency is 10 times 220, So that's logic, it's giving me the right thing. Yeah, that's basically it. You can withdraw from multiple currencies, it's not just if you're the author. And now you want to know how to delete the currency, of course. So you do /c delete best2, and now it's giving me the ores contained in the currency. So as you can see, it's giving me one block of netherite, which is valued at 900, and since I've withdrawn 2, the currency was at 980. So it's giving me one emerald block, which is 81, and then some other stuff. Well, now you're probably asking yourself, as an administrator of a server, what if someone hasn't used a currency and just he's left the server and the name is taken? Because obviously you don't want a currency name to be taken if nobody's using it. Well, I'm going to show. So let's say I have a currency named Okuz, but I haven't been using it. So the server admin can do something called force deleting it with /c force delete Okuz, and now the currency is no longer existent. See, no currencies. And then you can also tinker with the config in game, but I recommend just tinkering if you really want to get in the, for example, the language config. I recommend you just tinker with it, because you can't tinker with the messaging game. Anyways, so to tinker with the ores, as I've shown you, you do /c config ore, and then you choose the ore and set the price. For example, if I want the diamond to be, for example, instead of 2025, now it's 25. I've set the value. If I look in the config, it's going to be 25. Now I can also set the language if I want to do that. I can do /c config language, and then choose the language, like French. It's cool. Now it's in the français. And finally, I can also reload the configuration files. For example, if I added a new language for some reason, I can just reload that, bam, and my new language is in there. Also, if you do decide to add a language, please give me the configuration file that you have, so I can actually put it in the plugin for people to use, so that they don't have to add it manually themselves each time. So that'd be nice. Alright, so that's pretty much it for the commands. If you want to see a video about the permissions, then just tell me in the comments. But since the wiki explains it pretty well, it's just for the permissions, it's just Ascecia.player, and then you can do .2, .everything, sorry, .all to have all the player permissions, and then .admin.all to have the player permissions. If you want to go and not allow people to do stuff, you can, for example, you have .mint, you can allow them to mint or not, deposit, etc, etc. So yeah, that's basically it. Thanks for watching this video. It's been a great time. I'll see you in the next one. Argent2 out.